Hey everybody, Jessica Levinson back in for Harry. I'm a professor at Loyola Law School and host of the podcast Passing Judgment. I want to talk to you a little bit about the indictment facing Representative George Santos. Many of you have probably heard that he was criminally indicted. He's facing a number of serious federal crimes. And I want to talk about exactly what he's facing, but also why I think it's so important to hold him accountable, not just because it looks like there's very good evidence to indicate that he violated criminal laws, but because these are the types of crimes that harm the American public. These are the types of crimes that really undermine our democracy. It undermines our system of government where we say we're going to cede our power to representatives. We will send them to the nation's capital to do our business, to represent us. And when people like Santos allegedly undermine that trust, it really undermines the entire system. So what are we talking about in terms of this indictment? There are basically three buckets of crimes. They're the crimes that relate to a campaign finance scheme. Essentially, the allegation here is that Santos said to somebody else, raise money, go to would-be donors, get them to give money, say it's going to be to help me get elected, but actually it would be to line his own pockets. So apparently or allegedly, there was an approach made to donors. They were giving to a basically sham political committee, and then money that was taken from those donors was transferred into Santos's personal account. And he used that to pay off his debts, allegedly, and he used that to pay for clothing, etc. So that's the first bucket. The second bucket deals with unemployment insurance and the allegation that he said that he was eligible for unemployment, that he received unemployment, so he received public funds when in fact he was not eligible. And then the third bucket deals with allegedly false statements, material false statements that he made on House disclosure reports. So in my mind, the first two areas that we talked about, that campaign finance scheme and the false statements on the House disclosure reports, those I view as political crimes in the sense that it is only a public figure in politics who can commit those types of crimes. You and I, because I'm guessing we're not running for office, we can't be indicted for engaging in a campaign finance scheme. That's the type of scheme that undermines our system of campaigns and our system of elections. Similarly, you and I cannot be indicted for making material false statements on House disclosure reports because we're not public figures. We're not elected officials. We're not members of the House that could do something like that. So those are crimes that I think are particularly pernicious because it undermines the safety of our country in the sense that if you think of what I view of a private crime, like a DUI, that obviously makes it much less safe for all of us to drive. But these are public political crimes that make it less safe for us to have, again, our system of representative government. And that's why, given the weight of this indictment, if Santos, in fact, does plead guilty or he's found guilty, I think it's important to punish him not just because there would be a violation of the criminal code, but also because we want to send the message that that type of behavior is simply not permissible. So those are some brief thoughts on this indictment. If you look at the indictment, the federal government, in my view, really comes with the receipts. And I think what we've heard from him, we heard the typical kind of, it's just a witch hunt, but it sounds like the defense that's shaping up is he's going to say, well, I didn't know what I was signing. Other people engaged in wrongdoing to the extent there it was wrongdoing. I don't know that that will be a successful defense. I think there's every chance that we could potentially see a plea deal if one is offered. But again, that is a guess. Hope that was helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.